Welcome back to Down University. I'm back at you guys with another prospects video. And today we will be covering the College Baseball World Series. I have two props that I really like for you guys, and the first one being Evan Blanco over 5 strikeouts, and then the next one in the late game. This is, I think, the best game of the night. If you guys want to watch a really good baseball game, you should tune in to the Florida State versus Tennessee, two of the top 2 teams in the country, in my opinion. So Florida State playing against Tennessee. I have Jamie Arnold over 7.5 pitcher strikeouts. Now I know some people may say like 7.5, that's a lot, but we're gonna touch on that. We're gonna get to that in just a second. So we're gonna start off with breaking down Mr. Evan Blanco first, and then we'll get into Arnold. So for Evan Blanco, he is, let's go to his peripheral. So he has an amazing 9.2 K per 9 innings. So out of if he pitched 9 innings, he is pretty much slotted to get 9 strikeouts a game, and then walks 2 people per 9 innings. So that is good as well. But we all know that a lot of these college pitchers, they're not going to go 9 innings. Most of the time, they don't go 6, they don't go 7. So he just has to be extremely productive while he's out there. But one of the reasons why I like him today as well is because, for one, he has a really good K percentage as well as walk percentage. And the reason why walk percentage is so important, because his it limits a lot of wasted pitches, running up his pitch count, and then also it limits a lot of like big innings where you throwing 30 to 40 pitches in the inning or 20 pitches in the inning when you have base runners and things of that nature. So it creates less stressful innings, and then also it creates less traffic on the bases, so quicker innings, and be able to be more efficient and be able to pitch longer into games to be able to get to his strikeouts. So that's what I like about him. But also another thing, so what I like to do is I like to break down lineups and basically look at the K percentage of the lineups. And I basically touched on this on the last video, if you guys watched the MLB video before this. But I like to break down the lineup. Mostly it's in college, it's the most recent lineup that they've put out. So I kind of go in order. So as you see here, Vance Honeycutt was the leadoff hitter, Case Cook was the second batter, and so on and so forth. So I'm just going to read off to you guys what I have wrote down. So pretty much Honeycutt has a 27% K rate, which is really good, works in our favor for Blanco. Cook has a 17% K rate, that's okay. Harbor 20%, that's good. That's good for us as far as for our K prop. Gallagher has a 20% K rate. Stevenson has a 21%. Ozuna has a 19%, and Wilkerson has a 19% as well. So 6 out of their 9 hitters have a 19% K rate or higher. So that bodes well. So that's basically puts us in the realm of we have 6 potential strikeouts in this lineup. And we just have to be able to, inning by inning, just get maybe 1 or 2 out of that inning to be able to go over this line. And for us, just to get a push, we just need 5. So I think that bodes well for us as well. And then also they have 4 out of their 5 players are righties. Now for Blanco, I'm going to get into his splits. So basically against left-handed batters, he has a 25% K rate. And they're also batting .326 against them. But keep in mind, too, guys, that this is college. In college, they use metal bats. So, the batting averages are way higher than they would be at the major league level because of the use of metal bats, and the ball carries farther. Also, he has an excellent walk percentage as well to left-handed batters at only 8%. And then vice versa for right-handed hitters, he has a 25% K rate. So he doesn't lose his K rate on either side of the plate, whether he's pitching to left-handed batters or right-handed batters, because he maintains that 25% K rate. And then also, which is even better, is he actually lowers his walk rate to right-handed batters as opposed to left-handed batters, as it goes from 8% to 5.7%. And then they also have a lower batting average against him at only batting .246. So I like that as well. So that is the reason why I'm on Evan Blanco's strikeouts. So I really like that as well. So moving forward, let's go to last but not least, Mr. Jamie Arnold. So Jamie Arnold, man, he is one of the elite pitchers in all of college baseball when it comes to strikeouts, because he boasts, and I'll show you guys this in just a second. Let me pull up his numbers. Right, where is he at? Here he is. So his numbers are twice as good as Blanco's as far as from the strikeout region. So he has, if he was to pitch 9 innings, right, he would basically have 13.9 strike projected to get 13.9 strikeouts, almost 14 strikeouts a game if he pitched the full 9 innings. And then he also has a walk percentage which is elite at 2. So he only walks 2 batters per night. If he was to pitch 9 innings, he would only walk 2 batters. So that shows that, for one thing, he has control over the strike zone, and then he also has command on where he wants to put his pitches. He puts them where he wants to place them, and that is very, very rare in today's baseball, because we have, and I don't want to get into a long rant about this, but in today's baseball we have a bunch of fast pitch competition throwers where everybody just wants to throw 105, 110 miles per hour, but nobody knows how to properly control their pitches and be able to have command on where they want to throw them, when they want to throw them. That's why you see a lot of walks in baseball today, and then you also see a lot of hits given up as well, because when it is time for them to throw strikes, they have to throw strikes because they're behind in the count. But anyways, he has a 5% walk rate, which is elite. Like I said, he has a 36% K rate, which is ridiculous. It's outrageous. So, and then he also has a 2.77 ERA, which is unheard of in college. The average ERA in college, because of the use of metal bats, is like around 5.6. And then his Sierra, which is excellent as well, is actually lower than his ERA. So that just goes to show you that he is underperforming his ERA, as you can see here. So his ERA should really be like 1.71, with like everything into effect of like everything that he can control, whether it's strikeouts, hits, walks, things of that nature. So let's get into it. So let's break down the Tennessee lineups. Okay, so for Tennessee, right, they have Moore leading off, Burke after him, Amick, Drellick, Inslee, Tiers, Curley, Bargo, and Stark. So out of those players, we have 4 out of their 9 batters have a 20% or higher K rate. And then Arnold, let's look at his splits. So Arnold splits basically for left-handed batters, they're batting 222 against them, right? He has a 36% K rate to left-handed batters, and then he also has a 4% walk rate to left-handed batters. So pretty much he has them in handcuffs and a car seat, left-handed batters, and then even worse, he is in a double car seat for right-handed batters, because they only bat 191 against him, and then they also have a 5% walk rate and a 38% K rate. So his K rate goes up 2% to righties as opposed to lefties, and we are in luck today, guys, because guess what? If this lineup stays the same, we have 5 righties going up against him and 4 lefties, so he has a higher K rate to righties as he do lefties. And then he also has a lower walk percentage to lefties, which we're only going to see 4 in this lineup, and 1 of them are in like the top 3. So we just need quick, efficient innings from him. And I think that he should be able to soar over this number, 7.5. The only thing that concerns me about Arnold is, you know, Tennessee's fighting off a lot of pitches and being able to run up his pitch count early. That's the only way I don't see him getting to this 7.5. And same could be said for Blanco, but I just don't see it. I think that both of these guys will be super efficient in what they're doing and be able to strike out their their respective hitters. And then another thing to account for too, which is just a little small note, but Tennessee plays in a pretty much middle school size baseball field compared to Omaha, which is a huge park. So they may be trying to kill the ball, which could lead to a strikeout rate. But I think that with Arnold, if he gets any of these hitters, I know a lot of these hitters have like for instance, Christian Moore, right? Christian Moore has a 14% K rate. Burke after him, the first lefty he sees, has a 17% K rate. If a lot of these guys go down 0-2, 1-2, I think they're going to strike out just because his stuff is just that good. And he's that elite as a pitcher. So those are my 2 props that I really like. I didn't want to kind of go into hitter props. I wish, as I was looking at the board, I wish that they had Mr. Griff O'Farrell. I wish they had his runs, hits, and RBIs, because I would be all over that. He is the leadoff hitter for them, and he's been extremely hot lately for UVA. And he normally sees around 5 to 6 plate appearances a game, so that he increases his chances to go over. His total bases is it's a good play, but I like the insurance of if he gets a hit and he scores, that counts towards him getting a hit, run, and RBI. as opposed to total bases, because he will have to essentially get 2 hits or hit an extra base hit, whether it's a double, triple, or home run. And for me in college, especially like I said in this Omaha park, it's kind of tough because it's a big ballpark and it holds the ball in, especially if the wind is blowing in. Now, granted, if I check the game weather before the game starts and the wind is blowing out, a lot of these props will be live, like him. What's another guy that I was looking at as far as UVA that I can give to you guys? Henry Goodabout. He's a good hitter as well. I like him, his over as well. If the wind is blowing out, that's only if the wind is blowing out, because I could see this UNC game going under the total. I think the total's at 11.5, 12, so I could see it going under if the wind is blowing in. Henry Ford has been amazing as well, so that could be, those could be 2 plays. But one thing that I look for, and I know you guys can find this if you go to College Baseball Insiders, on any player that you pick for runs, hits, and RBIs, or just in general for total bases, you want to pick a low strikeout percentage guy. You don't want to pick somebody. I'll show you guys an example real quick before I let you guys go. But let's say, for instance, so for Virginia, right? What's a bad K percentage guy? So like somebody, for instance, like, did he actually don't have nobody that's too bad? Like Harrison Didawick, right? He strikes out at a 24% clip. He's more risky if you want to take an over for him, because he could potentially get 1 or 2 strikeouts and kill 2 at bats right away. So you want somebody that's going to put the ball in play. Like I said, Henry is a good option because, for one, he has a 9% strikeout percentage. Like I said, Farrell, would be my top pick if he was up there for hits, runs, and RBIs, because he doesn't strike out at all, at much, 7%, which is super low. Doesn't really walk it as well. So, but he has a good batting average and good on base percentage as well. So those are the things I will be looking at. So yeah. So I'm just gonna stick to pitchers. They're easier to handicap and easier to focus in on and have more. I think they have more data points than hitters do at this stage of the tournament. So those are my 2. I'm gonna read them off to you guys again. Evan Blanco over 5 pitcher strikeouts, and also Jamie Arnold over 7.5 strikeouts as well. So I appreciate you guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.